So let's talk about Dolly's hips. This is one of the trickier parts. So on the hip piece, we've got a right angle in this corner here, and we've got the arch. If I just move that down slightly, you'll see where the hip goes. It's not very easy to sew an exterior circle into an interior circle, but I'm going to show you how to do it the best you can. And don't forget, it's Dolly pattern, so if you don't do it perfectly the first time, that does not matter. What we're going to do is just turn that through 90 degrees so it's all facing that way. And what we're going to do is we're going to sew these fabrics right sides together. So all I do is I line up this shorter edge of the hip piece there, this short straight edge, and now the curves are facing each other. And we're going to pop the fabric in there. Come in from the edge just a smidgen, because we don't want to go roaring off in a straight line. This is quite a slow procedure, and we're going to just take it bit by bit. So pop 2 stitches in and then go backwards. Okay, I'm going to put my needle down actually. Right, so what we're intending to do is sew slowly, pivoting our machine so that we can get this curve down this straight line. So give it a little turn. I suggest you go about 4 stitches, lift up your foot, and just sew to where, sorry, the light bulb's probably making it a bit difficult for you to see. Let me see if I can just put some paper over that. Can I? Right, yes. So where this curve is coming up to meet the curve that goes the other way, at some point they're going to cross over. So we're going to head with our needle for that part, and we're going to stop in line with it. That's the plan. And just when you get there, needle down into the work, lift the foot up and swivel round slightly until they meet again. And have another little blast. And then have another little blast. And pick up that foot and swivel again. It sounds like an exercise class. I suppose we're exercising our brains, aren't we? Creative. So we're getting to the end here. I'm just going to make it slightly more awkward, but you just need to do less stitches in between and keep swiveling that hip around. Incidentally, if you put your fingers under here, take your foot off of the pedal, it only takes one small brain fart and you've sewn through your fingers. That hurts. I did it once. I did it with a belt driven Brother machine when I was curtain making. Big industrial belt driven machine. I actually put 3 stitches through this finger, 1, 2, 3, and that wasn't the worst bit. The worst bit was I had to unpick them to get them out of the machine. That was probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me sewing wise. So let's take this out and see where we are. We went backwards a little bit on the end. Right. This is exactly what we're looking for. So the fabrics automatically have curled away from each other and they're repelling each other. So what we need to do is we need to give some slack in this seam to straighten them out. So technique 1 would be to clip the seam, and this is, you know, perfectly good, perfectly brilliant. And all I need you to do is make a series of snips towards the stitching line. Method 2, and a lot of you have seen me talk about this on Create and Craft, is grab some pinking shears and just let them do the work for you. Go all the way along. It's removing quite a lot of bulk from the seam as well. So I've literally used pinking shears all the way around there, and now what you'll find is it sits nice and flat. So take that a step further, pop that onto your ironing board. Give that a little iron. If I were you, I would put a little cloth over the top, just so that we don't damage the fabric. Any scrap that you've got to do will do, maybe even a tea towel. Here's a scrap of Dolly fabric that we used at the cutout stage. I would just pop that over there and I would give that a quick press. So right, we've done that for one side. You're going to do it for the other side as well. When you come to do the other side, to keep the work in the right rotation in the machine, Good grief, it's got a mind of its own. You're going to come from this direction. So exactly the same principle. We're going to get our hip piece. Where's it gone? There we go. Except this time we're starting with the longest side at the top. Pop it into position. Just seal the deal with a few stitches there. Right, I think mine's just bird nested. Okay, not to worry. Not to worry. Swivel it round. Needle down. Swivel round. A couple of stitches. Needle round. Foot up, needle round, I should say. Foot up, needle down. Foot down, needle round. Is it going to meet? Oh, look at that. We're a tiny little bit off, a fraction. Can I get one more turn on? Yes. And backwards. Right, and there's our seam. And here's our pinking shears. And we're just going to come in and we're going to do this again. Very delicately. Remembering not to trap the fabric on the other side. Oops. Here we go. Ding! And there you are. So what we've got now, we've got a complete dolly front. Whoop, mind the camera. We've got a complete dolly front with eyes, with knickers, with her arms attached, with her lace trim and her bow and her hips in place. So you pop off and put the hips on the back piece in exactly the same manner. And we'll see you for the next stage, which is sewing around Dolly's edge.